Hello, hello. How is YouTube today? It is a new week. The weather is broken a little bit. We finally have relief from the humidity. I haven't filmed just a straight through before and after makeup tutorial in I don't know how long. Get ready with me, before and after, whatever you want to call it. This is what it is. I'm going to be showing all Avon products. Having a lot of fun here with these. I'm going to combine a couple of marshmallow and what's this other one? Oh jeez, I looked at it the minute before I started filming. So of course, shortcake, marshmallow and shortcake. All of our 24-hour cashmere foundations are all named after desserts. So for a long time I was using buttercream, and then I decided to switch them out, and I think buttercream is a little bit closer, although I think shortcake is my go-to more in the winter when I am much more pale, and buttercream is actually closer, but marshmallow is nice for the summer if I have a little bit more color. So okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine a few of these, a little bit of this one, and my dark circles. I've already moisturized, I've done my skincare. Just dabbing it. It's a nice big applicator with our cashmere foundation. Cashmere. Do that as if it would be concealer, and of course I'm going to do concealer afterward too, but just to kind of get things in the right place. And then you can see I'm doing the darker foundation in the rest. Now, you could spread it with this. You could use this as your main applicator, but I don't, okay? It's just easier for me to use a brush. I prefer a brush. Some people use sponges. I prefer brushes just because it's firmer, but at the same time, the brushes blend more. I like that better than a sponge, but whatever you like to use. Some people like to use the sponges like this. Some people like to use the the rounds. Some people like to use the triangles, however you want to use it. So I have a mirror here. So, okay, a little life update. We've been dealing with finally the construction at our house. For the most part, it's done. There's still a few little things that we need to work on, but the worst is over. And it was not an easy task, even though we weren't the ones doing it. Needless to say, the new builder that we had, that we thought was really good, that we hired, that we thought was really, really good, ended up being as half-assed, or even more half-assed than as pardon my French, than the original people. And it was like, took a lot of really being firm and really just getting angry, basically me getting angry, and to get them in gear and to get them to pay attention to the plans I had sent and the weeks before. And actually I'm going to take this little the things that I had communicated to the manager and things like that. And oh well, I don't know what happened to that picture. That was months ago. Well, there's something called a customer file, but whatever. Okay, so I'm also wearing a shirt that's 15 years old. I don't care. It's from the mid-2000 era. I love it. It's one of my favorite shirts. And I feel comfortable. I love the way it fits. I love the way it looks. I want those styles to come back. Let's bring it back. Okay, so, all right, so let's see. Another product things I'm going to show is we have these new matte quads here, okay? There's 4 matte quads, and then the rest of the eyeshadow quads all are a mix of mattes and shimmers, okay? So the original sets the original sets were like this, that have a matte and a bunch of shimmers. Sometimes this one is 1 matte, 3 shimmers. Others are 2 shimmers, 2 mattes. Like this, this one's also 3 shimmers and a matte. But others are, that this one is, this one is 2 mattes, 2 shimmers. Okay, so that was the original set of the Glimmer eyeshadow quads. Now they have come out with 4. That this Bombshell, there's this Bombshell, there's Tigress, and they're all warmer. Although Bombshell is the coolest one. Okay, here's Tigress. Okay, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Where's the other one? Gorgeous. Mute, is it mute? No. Where's the other one? Calypso. Calypso. Okay, Calypso. Yes, here we go. Calypso. Although, if you look close in here, there is a little bit of shimmering in there, but it's still very, very subtle. Okay, very subtle, but gorgeous. Nice matte. If you like nice matte light colors, kind of like my nails, very matte. And what else? Where else is there? There should be another one. Mistress, Icon, Muse, Legend. This was also, you can see there's one shimmer here. This one was a Mother's Day special thing they came out with last year. I don't think that's available anymore. Tigress. Icon. I think it's the other one. There's Idol. Yeah, here's Icon. Here's one of the other ones in the new matte shade. And they're gorgeous because they're the high pigmented, very intense. Yeah, so we have, it's these 4 right here. The blue, the pinks, purple with these yellows, and then these oranges, okay? Now what I do always, I take off the plastic off of the mirror, and then I put it across my quads, so, or any of my palettes when I get a new palette, so that way it keeps the palettes more fresh. Okay, so I'm going to, and the thing about eyeshadow quads is that most people don't realize that you can use them as blushes, bronzers, anything. If you like a powder bronzer, you can use them for anything in regards to makeup. You're not limited to just using them as eyeshadow. So first I'm going to go use one of these classic ones, which is the Vixen, with a black, my black contour, black concealer brush. So this is what I use for all my darker, if I do a dark smoky eye, I use this brush. It's one of my favorite brushes. It's just like this concealer size, except this is how I use it. If something is a light color, I will use light color and highlights. I'll use the light brushes. That way the ends, I can always see what I used with them, and I keep them kind of on fresh side. Anything darker that have a darker bristle, like this type of angled shadow or angled brow, I use that for dark shadows. So that way I'm not dipping, or even some of these purple ones I have, like this fluffy purple, this one too. I use those on my pinks and my purples, so that for one thing, I always know, because obviously, of course I clean my brushes as a professional for my, when I have customers, but for every day, and I'm just slightly, you can see I'm just doing little strokes for everyday life. I don't have time to clean my brushes every day. That's why I have so many. That's why I keep a lot in and that's my little ones. And then I have my jar of my bigger ones right here. So that way you're not using and dirtying up the same brush all the time, or else I'd be having to wash my makeup brushes probably once a week. But when you have 3 or 4 sets, and people, whenever I take a picture, when I do my makeup brush cleaning videos, usually those are on my Facebook Lives. I have done a few in here and then reposted them. They're not the most exciting thing in the world, but anyway, when I have done them, people always amaze how many you have. But if you're a makeup artist and you're using a lot for various things, and you have your tried and true favorites, you can't be using that tried and true favorite, the same one over, over and over and over again, as it gets, product in there, especially if you like to change up your colors. So, okay, so as I'm just going over here, just kind of slightly doing a little bit, filling in what little brows I have. And I see, I just want to clean up that little arch right there. Take a Q-tip. This side's okay because this side has more hair. This side is always a problem because there's nothing that grows there anymore. Even though I've used the those brow, lash serums and brow serums, and it does work a little bit, but not quite as in the same way that I want it to, and it doesn't, you have to keep it up. It's just one more thing. Becomes one more thing to do. And so, I just haven't been keeping up with it. But when I do, it does get better, but it never gets back to the way it was when, 20s. When I was in my 20s or 30s even, when I had my own real brows, and all I needed to do was get them shaped, and I didn't have to do anything because they were naturally darker. Okay, so, all right. And what I like about this, I'm just dipping into this dark shadow right here. Now, this quad, the Minx quad, this one has this shade right here. Is really beautiful for redheads to use. It's a nice warm. This one, which is Maven, has this cooler brown, which is really nice for, say, lighter browns and light to medium browns, dark blondes. And like I said, this one is really good for redheads. So it all depends on the shade. If your color is warmer, your hair color is more on the warmer side or on the cooler side. Frankly, even when I was blonde, I tended to do my brows more of a cooler color and not warm, because my base naturally, unless when I had red hair, when I've done red hair, even when I've done red hair, I never did rarely didn't, or just a warm auburn. It was always a cool pinky burgundy or a pinky strawberry blonde or something. Either way, I still tended to do like a cooler look on my brows. I always felt like if I did it too warm, it didn't work. Okay, so gonna take a little bit of powder, because of course just by itself it looks almost a tad too dark. Take a little bit. This is our banana powder from the Grwm shop. This is one of our collab brands, or one of the brands that were under our Avon's umbrella now. Okay, so I'm just lightly going over. This is one of our Avon brushes. One end is an ankle brush, the other end is a fluffy brush. And just lightly going over it. I'm not pushing hard, just light. As you can see, it's just kind of like taking out the intensity. Okay, so there is an eye primer from Avon that we still have, but I prefer to use a unique one that I really like. And I am going to use a few things here that are outside of the Avon world, but I think this is one of the few ones. Okay, so this is sold. The Grwm shop banana powder is sold on my website. If it's, hopefully it's still in stock. This unique one is, you find your nearest unique representative. Now, the unique has done something really cool. Unique has done it where you could sell any line. You can be a part of every line if those other lines are okay with it. Now, the thing is that, Avon still has a thing where they want to be your only cosmetic line, or their only cosmetic line that we promote, in terms of, promoting the team, promoting the the whole line. A little one or two things here and there is okay. Maybe, let's hope, because Unique just came out with that in their announcement at their conventions, because I really enjoyed the Unique products, and I enjoyed a lot of aspects of being a rep for them. But it would be nice if all of the companies, all the MLMs, because they realize that if you want to do direct sales, it helps to have to be able to be brand flexible, because not every person who's wearing makeup is wearing exactly every brand's color. Okay, So, with that being said, now I like to use this angled end of this, now this brush that I just showed, it's called the Blush and Contour Brush, okay? This angled end, I like to show this for, I just, this, okay, to get this is the Bombshell. I like this because I get the brown and then the pink up top, and I do the same thing with the Minx Quad here that has the brown with the highlight color on top. So that's really, really pretty. Okay, so we do it this way. You can see there's the brown, and then you can see where there's the pink. It's funny to see pink blush come back. Pink blush is back in a big way. All that time, all that brown contouring, I mean, yes, there's still people, you're still doing it, but now they're adding a light pink. The trend is a light pink blush on above, so it's almost chocolate, strawberry, vanilla, you know, in terms of your contour. Okay, so we're coming around and then blending that a little bit. There's a lot of little baby hairs. A lot of little baby hairs. Okay, it's so funny. I just did my roots like literally 2.5 weeks ago, and 2.5 maybe, already have roots already. Okay, now taking this same fluffy brush that I had the powder, go to the Cashmere. My shade is N120. Okay, but there's a full range of shades. It also comes with its own sponge. This can be used as a touch-up powder. It can be used as a foundation powder. That's why it comes with this type of sponge. But I love the consistency in terms of blending. So like here where it looked kind of splotchy right there, I just kind of blend that in. And then if I want to add just a little bit more, yeah, see? Now that's right. Quickly. While the husband's on his lunch break. So yeah, we've had this ongoing thing, and I think the worst is over. I just pray that the size is good enough for some people. It's very, very hard when you have a strict HOA, and but now we have the hassle of paying it off. Because we not only had to pay for the first time, and which was not built to specifications, proper specifications, and now we had to pay for the second time. And so, all right, now I'm taking that edge, I'm folding that same angled brush, squeezing it, okay, and then dipping it the same way with that half and half. And I'm just kind of going on either side of my nose here. This is kind of like powder contouring. You can almost see how that looks a little more chiseled there. I'm taking my fluffy, then dipping it into I'm just lightly going over where I did it, so it doesn't look like a stripe, but it just looks a little bit more less bulbous, because that's something about my nose I absolutely hate as I've gotten older. My nose, I was not a fan of my nose when I was young, and over time it has become more amplified and gotten worse. So, okay, so let's do highlight. I'm going to use this shade from the Minx Quad. Dipping it in here. You go to the side. Look at how pretty that is. Look at that. Ah! Stunning. Stunning. Now, if you want to blend that in just a little bit more, so it's not quite so Tin Man. Okay, now I'm going to take that same brush, I'm going to dip it in these two. That way I have the really, really light above and the pink down below. Because I want to have a little bit of that white and I want to have a little more of that pink. And I'm only doing that because this pink thing is like really becoming popular. But yeah, that's pretty. Pretty, pretty. All right. Okay. So, now. All right, we're done with, let's do, I'm going to keep out the tigress, and we're also going to keep out the icon. Okay. The rest put away as we go. All right, so I love this burgundy shade that's in the icon. And I'm just going to use a smaller shadow brush here. I love to do this with the, okay, I'm not doing the V, total V. I'm just, if anything, just going a whole section as if from here on up, okay? It's almost as if like 1/3 of my eye and it's on an angle. Just a little updates. I'm kind of going up and out, and then also there's this, of course, has a little height on it right there at the tip. Right there. So I take that little part and I dip that, and then that will go under, and that's going to be my smoky, okay? Little smoky underneath, a little smoky. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. It's almost kind of like maybe about a centimeter wide, 1/2 inch. And then go under. You can even hear the birds outside. We have the windows open and everything. You heard the little birdies. Birdies are tweeting. Are we calling it tweeting now? Are we still tweeting? Or is it called, now it's called something else now that he changed it? Whatever. Okay, so let's do a fun little warmer color. This warmer color is really pretty. This is another Avon brush, the eyeshadow blending brush, okay? Let's see. One side is more dense and one side is more loose. I'm actually going to use the looser end. This is the tigress. I'm kind of blending out that, kind of rounding out the bulb of my eye. Right there. So pretty. I'm also going to use that to blend up in that corner. Kind of fade that out a little bit. So gorgeous. I love this color. It's like the peachy. So pretty. Oh my God, I love it. Love it. Love it. I love this color. Oh my gosh. Just like as if I'm painting, I kind of go here, shake a little on the brush, paint over, go over. Okay. So now for the fluffy, this one is Maven, okay? And I haven't used this white shimmer in a while, but it's so pretty. This is the latest white shimmer. And that I'm doing in the corner. And then I'm fading that out above the brow. I wonder if that'll show up. I just got a notification. I don't know if that'll show up. I don't know if it'll show up. There we go. All right. All right. I'll just take a little bit more of this. This brush that has the burgundy on it. Do a little bit more. A little more. So pretty. Okay. Love, love, love it. Love, love, love it. And see, it looks the same, almost the same as if I did all the way across and just blending it. It kind of doesn't, but I'm not taking a harsh line across, across to the, it's not a harsh, I'm not drawing that harsh V line. It's more blended into the warmer color, okay? The warmer color. All right. Still working 3 jobs. It's not every day. Some days are required, and it required me to work all 3. Some days they're all very flexible, which is good. But to stay the course and keep track of all the paperwork for everything and everybody and what's going on with everything is a lot. It's a lot. And sometimes it's just like, just kind of sit there and be like, oh my God, I'm just overwhelmed. And I have to, or I just make lots of lists, lots of to-do lists, get it done. All right, glimmer liners. Okay, black is black, black is black. All right, I'm gonna put this mirror right here so you can see my process. I'm gonna do it from an angle up from here down, but the angle is from going up here, that direction. And there's my little corner. You can see before I used to just do the whole thing, just boom, draw it all the way around. Now I'm lightly. And if I do a little bit of a roundness, slight, angling into that, okay? Angling into that line and trying to get that as even as possible. And then fill in. Now, if it is an art, because I'm not drawing hard, okay? I'm not drawing hard. I'm just doing slightly, like almost like little, tiny little strokes on the edge of the line, okay? So, because of that, I'm not pressing very hard. These are so incredibly soft, these liners. So incredibly soft. All right, here's one. I'm trying to find the dark one that I just held up a minute ago. Okay, so I take my angled liner brush like this. And there's Patrick. And I'm just slightly going over that line to clean that up so it's a more... If you make a mistake where it's too high, just take your Q-tip and go clean it up that way, okay? All right, so back to the line. And then I come over here to the corner, match up that corner to there. And then I actually have just been hardly doing anything as much underneath that I was. Just filling in that little corner and doing the same thing under here. Just slight, and then coming back to this and cleaning it up, kind of smudging it out that way. So you still see that there's liner there, but I'm nowhere near have that heavy harsh line that I had before. It does take an extra minute or two to make sure that it looks clean and that it is a little bit more of a thought process than if you just take your liner and just go whoa, like that. But I guarantee it gives you a little bit of a newer look. Okay, same thing on this side. This side is a little different in terms of the wrinkle department, so you have to compensate for that. Okay, so now I'm doing the same thing down here. And then just little strokes, There's a little thing right there to fill that in. And a little stroke here. And feeding this line here. Clean that up there. Okay, it's a little, needs to be a little darker right there. And then filling it in here. You can even hear little squirrelies out there. Little squirrelies. Okay. Now wait, I'm gonna wait. Let's get some lips on. I was gonna grab mascara, but that's what I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait a few. All right, let's get some lips on. All right, now, lately, just the other day, I did something really fun. I did candy apple, okay? Candy apple on with the glimmer. This is one for lips. And I did a candy apple liner. Dogs look at the carpet again. Candy apple. And candy apple's fun because it has a little bit of, it's kind of a, it has a pinky red. It's a red, but it's a kind of a bluish red. So it's not an orangey red. And I just down a little line. I always do a little bit above my Cupido. And a little below. Fill that in. Okay, now a matte lipstick, matte liquid lips. This is basically like paint for the lips. It's really, it's a gorgeous. This is Ambitious is the shade, and I'm filling it in. You might think it looks like too obvious because if I were to just leave it like that, but I go over that candy apple line. Just leave a hint of it. Leave a hint. And then rub my lips together. This by itself for me is a little too dark. I mean, a little too warm. A little too warmy, almost kind of on the nude orange side, I guess you'd call it. And then slightly darker than the average nude. But what I find is if I have a contrast with a certain lip color, lip liner color, let's just do a little there, you see? Okay, even this is really, I think it looks great. The liner helps give my lips a little bit more depth. And of course, you know, amplifies the size a little bit. Okay, so we have that. We have a lip plumping lip gloss that is a shimmer, a warm shimmer. It's like a peachy shimmer, and it's the lip plumping, okay? So I take a, now if I just want to leave the matte by itself, that's fine. They do last a long time. But yeah, a little bit of a peachy shimmer also updates the look. The glossy look is back. All that time with the matte lipsticks. This is so pretty. So pretty. Okay. Now, we're going to I'm going to do a little bit of the Magic Dust powder. It's an Avon powder, FMG, with a bigger brush. This is more of a setting powder. Beautiful setting powder. A lot of people don't think we don't have it. That Avon has all these updated products, but we do. If you know makeup, you know about the whole setting and baking and all this, and just flawless. You're able to get some flawless looks here, okay? Flawless. Getting notification. I'm gonna edit those out. Okay, now I'm gonna do makeup setting spray before the mascara. I've learned about that. And this is the Avon True Color setting spray. Go back, get the hair out of the way. and then spray it in X mist. You can also then, if you want to even more, go over the setting spray with a setting powder. But I feel like, you know, this is enough. And then to mascara, I'm going to do Love at First Lash waterproof first, and then fan it out with the regular, okay? By itself, you can do either one by itself. They're great by itself. I prefer a really full lash look, and with the full lash look, I'm able to get, just clean this up right here. You can feel the heat on this home. Sweating a little. There. I'll set my brows a little bit more before I do anything else, because that's the only thing. When your face sweats, things like brows can, when you set them, when you draw them in, there. That should be good. That should work for high humidity, because that's the main thing. Is I don't need those brows moving. I do not need this brow moving. Okay, so with the waterproof, let me do it with a clean hand. Waterproof Love at First Lash. It has a curved brush that curves. It's like a snake. It curves in a lot of different angles. You see, it's like a swirl. And it's a very thick formula. That thick formula is great for super long, thick lashes. Some, if you like more your lashes to look more like a butterfly, fluffy lash, those people would consider this type of mascara clumpy. There's different kinds of mascaras for different tastes. Not all mascaras are the same. Just like not all lipsticks are the same. Some lipsticks are matte that have that dry finish. Some lipsticks have the satin finish where there's a moisture. Some are glosses. There's a whole range. The same thing with shimmers shadows. Some shadows are mattes. Some shadows have shimmers. Just like wall paint, just like stains, all kinds of things for your home. It's all the same. Some finishes are for different things. We're not putting the shimmer out here. We want the shimmer to highlight the center of the eye. So that's why, you know, I put a matte shade outside here. They all have certain purposes. So same thing with mascaras. I like my lashes to build and be really thick, and then I will separate them with a mascara that gives a thinner look to help separate that thickness. Some people like the super thick, some people like the thin. It's a whole thing. So, and the brushes change, brushes vary, and there's a reason for that. It used to be there was one type of mascara, then they would all the companies would jump on that bandwagon, make their own version of it. Then someone comes out with a curved brush, they make a snake brush, they make a volume formula, they make a thickening formula. Everybody has different needs. So whatever your needs are and your taste level is, then you can customize your look. So, okay, so I'm using the curve to bump up the lash. Okay, I got a little right there, so this is why I have keep my Q-tips close by. Got a little right there. I'm doing it light enough, wiping it off so that it's light enough that I'm not messing up my eye. Okay, so, and then you can also do it where, I can't do it with it. I want to show all that. You can do it where the curve is going this way. You can either do the curve going that way or do the curve going this way. You do the curve going that way, it bumps it up in a different way too, and helps grab onto the root or closer to the root of the lash and push it forward. If you do it with the curve up, that helps curve it up and out in a different way too. So they all serve certain purposes. And then like here, I tend to turn my hand, turn my face to the side, and I get the hump of the brush, onto the lash, my lower lash line, into that little corner, so I can see this way and make sure that I've got it that way. I also like to do a double quick little check sideways, make sure I got it on that way, okay? So, just clean, okay. So you can see the difference between the eye that doesn't have mascara and the eye that does. Okay. Oops. A little under here. Need a little more. Now the thing is, never pump your mascara. That puts air in it. What you do is you push it in, you turn it inside, and then as you pull it out, you lean the brush against the inside of the container so that way what wipes off the excess and keeps it moist. So that is the best tip. I'll just get a little right there. Depending on the shape of your eye and depending on where your lashes are in relation to the shape of your eye, it can get a little, it does take time to practice. And then going in like this, I'll turn it more vertically to kind of, this side kind of drags a little. It doesn't curve up as much. So this side, I tend to do a little bit more work sideways to kind of pull it up. Get a little more right there. But that's where the makeup setting spray comes in. You don't get as many mistakes and feel like you're messing it up if your mascara smears. Okay, turning sideways. Get the hair out of the way and turn this way and that way. All right, now I'm gonna go over it with the Level First Lash Regular. You can see the regular is a straight brush. It has pointed at the end, but then it gets a little wider towards the back part of the brush. And the bristles are much closer together, so they're really great for separating. You can see how it's really pumping it up. Pump you up. Wow, what a difference. What a difference mascara makes. What a difference makeup makes. What a... So, I'm made up. I'm going to be filming some more videos for you all that I'll be posting. I hope you enjoyed this video. All of my products I will link below. And if you're interested, you can shop my website. All that information is down below too. I also have the link to sign up if you want to get these products at a discount and join my team. It's very, very, Avon is still a great company to work for. Lots of great perks, lots of great things for you as a rep. In fact, you can join right now, and we have our convention coming up. You can watch it virtually. It's really fantastic. Learn all the latest news in the beauty industry and what this company is doing to be, get on the top of the direct sales companies and all that good stuff. And I'll fluff up this hair a little bit and get a makeup wipe from my hands and yeah, got it together. I feel together. So anyway, thanks so much for joining. Thanks for the following. Thanks for all the new followers and subscribers. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit thumbs up. Don't forget to share this video with your friends who like beauty and style, or maybe someone who just might need a smile. Okay? Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye.